Why do you guys call it Turkey Holler? Gobble, gobble, gobble! She said, gobble, gobble, gobble! Gobble, gobble! Gobble, gobble! Oh, he's mad. How are you now?
Howdy.
Hey folks, thanks for coming along on the adventure. If you're new here, it's been a while. If you've forgotten, the guy with the beard is Travis, I'm Kevin, and together we make up H&H Prospecting. It is a brisk 29-degree February morning out here on the new Turkey Holler claim. It is day one of our first production day of 2023. Yay. Yesterday we got camp set up, got the equipment set up, dropped a tree so it's a little bit safer over there. And today we're just gonna focus on getting some material moved and getting the wash plant set up. So let's get some material moved and we'll show you the wash plant set up. Pitter patter, let's get at her. A year ago today, you can see where we actually originally cut that tree. But this was barely wide enough, this tree was barely wide enough that we could fit the Bronco through. Like I had to crab walk it to get it through. So I guess thanks fire crew for finishing our job up for us. There's Travis putting up one of the last registered mining claim signs. And then right over that, look, there's a German in my China ditch. What's up, Patty? Are you finding shiny? So when we first discovered this place, it was completely overgrown with brush and grass and so on and so forth. But now, thanks to the Rum Creek fires, it's really exposed a lot more of our claim that we hadn't seen before, which is amazing because we're finding even more waterways and even more stockpiles of dirt and China walls. You can see what I'm standing on top of right now. The long toms used to run all the way up this, and it's stacked pay dirt on both sides all the way. This is absolutely amazing. This is literally one of those claims that dreams are made of and makes dreams come true. That's another paywall, and it wraps all the way around. These are where they had some old monsters set up, but you can literally from out here see, look, I didn't even have to zoom in yet, you can see the old river channel and where it ran. That right there is all gold rich pay dirt. Look at this. Another one we hadn't discovered in the past. Another pond full of water. And look at that. That's all stacked pay dirt. The old timers left behind. All we're gonna have to do is push it right down in the hill into our high bankers. Yes! Check out the Roman arch fireplace, or hearth, if you will. This is for the start of our new shanty. If you look, there's actually currently nothing holding that arch up. Just some of that old school Roman building. But we'll get it wedged and stacked and flumed, and it'll be nice and toasty. That's pretty cool. So this trench here has been deemed KT, Kevin's Trench. First place I ever dug out here. Literally the best pan I've ever had in my life. And where I found my first 1 gram nugget was in this trench. So our plan of attack, POA, is to actually take material from that trench. And then we're going to load it up into the trailer of the 4-wheeler and then run it over to the wash plant. So in order to do that, I have got to get these trees out the way, which isn't that big of a deal. It works out pretty great because camp, boom, oh sorry for the instant big old zoom in, is right there. So, you know, as we say, pitter patter, oh, let's get at her. There's a lot more work and a lot more to do in mining than just digging dirt. Sometimes you gotta do work just so you can do work. We got that tree cut down, out of the way, I should say, not cut down, it was already fallen. Boom. Get that last little one out of the way and we'll be able to back the trailer right in there and start loading up some pay dirt. Got our first load of pay dirt in the trailer. Let's take it on over to the wash plant and unload it. This is a lot better than carrying buckets, let me tell you. First test that we did up here last year, Travis and I both carried 50 5-gallon buckets to the rim all the way around and over to here where we have the wash plant. This is a lot better idea. Yippee-ki-yay! So here we are digging out these trenches and finding pockets of sticky, icky orange clay. And what that orange means, that means rust. Rust means heavy. Heavy means gold. And it's looking like a clay pocket that's going to run all the way down, possibly underneath the bedrock, back to these other trenches. So usually that's a good sign for traps. Long story short, pitter patter. Just finished up with lunch here on day 1. Have a little bit, a strong yard. We're going to call it a strong yard out of the KT, Kevin's Trench. Getting ready to fire up the old high banker combo here. But before we do and start running, let's talk about it. Tell you what it is, what it does, in case you haven't seen it before, the setup here. So we have a 3-inch Keen high banker dredge combo. Material gets loaded in the top. Water comes in, spray bars, washes everything. All your big material falls out the back. All your small material, all your gold falls down there. First thing you have is a nugget trap. And you go to the bars, riffles, and then a whole nother sluice down there to help catch the fines. Reason being, different nuggets, different size gold likes to get trapped in different places. You know, kind of like some mice like cookies, some mice like peanut butter. Whole system runs off of that sweet little, hey John, 2.5-inch Keen pump hooked up to that sweet Honda motor. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. So let's get that filled up, get that intake in the water, fire her up, let her idle, get everything all balanced nice and pretty, and get some gold. Of course, that would spit it right in my face. Last scoop of the day. Bloop. One yard. What's your guesses? Penny weight? Penny weight? So we ran about a yard. We're going to call it a strong yard. Strong yard out of Kevin's trench. See, now Travis is cleaning all the material out of the high banker into that tub. Then what we'll actually do is we'll take all the material that's left in the tub and we'll funnel that into a little bottle, and we'll label that bottle, and then we'll take that home and run it through our screens and our cleanup spoofs to know exactly what we got. Again, I'm hoping for at least a penny weight, maybe a penny weight plus a nugget. Penny weight, by the way, 1.55 grams. How many penny weights does it take to make a troy ounce? 20. 20 penny weights makes 1 troy ounce. Don't forget that. That's important. Back here at camp for the evening, getting some firewood split up. Get ready to start the fire and cook some dinner. I wanted to take a quick second to show you guys this bad to the A tumbler that my daughter gifted me. Her mom makes these custom, whatever you want, she'll put on there. One of a kind art, pretty sick. It even glows in the dark. If you guys are interested, check her out on Facebook. It's Ashley Lyons. Lyons is Lyons. Thank you again to both her and my beautiful daughter. So a big part of mining is adjusting and learning, especially when you have newer equipment. Travis realized this morning, day 2 here, that the miner's moss that was down in here was actually causing a gap underneath the ladder bars, basically making those ladder bars useless. Where stuff should trap behind them, everything was just running underneath them. A good indicator of that is to see this big of gold. Where's my finger? There it is. That big of gold down here in that sluice. Well, there's actually a few pieces. That big of gold should have never made it down that far. So we're gonna put that miner's moss at the top underneath. Nope, we're not. We're gonna just eliminate that miner's moss for now. And then I think the future plan is we'll get a ladder or riffles, this expanded metal that's gonna run the whole length of the sluice box. And that should keep any gaps from happening. So today's focus is this pushed pay pile from the old bulldozer pushes in the late 60s, early 70s. We'll talk more about that later. But yeah, so get the big overburden rocks, kind of toss them down here to help start our bridge here. And then clear all the material that is underneath those rocks, but then keep digging down and clearing out these channels just like we were over yonder way. But this actually happens to be, boom, pretty much right next to our wash plant. So we will stockpile roughly about a yard and then get that run. Pitter a patter. So you'll always hear us say we guesstimate how much material. And here's how we guesstimate. A shovel is 4 foot, right? A cubic yard is 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot. So the base of our pile is about 4 foot.
We're 4 foot by 5 foot. And we are 3 feet tall. We have a yard.
So guesstimate about a yard. So that's how you measure a yard, with your 4 foot shovel. That's how Prospector does it anyways. So to give you an idea of what that looks like, or what it was removed from, and then, you know, that right there, that's full of water. That's Travis's hole. That was probably only about 1 inch of water, so don't even. No, that's probably, yeah, 4 inches deep. So there you go. That is about a yard of material removed. Pitter patter. Oh, let's put a guesstimate on this stuff. I'm gonna say a gram. I'm gonna say a gram out of this. What do you think? You gonna go with a higher or
I agree.
a gram?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. What are we gonna call this pile? So we have Kevin's trench over there that we're thinking that we got about a pennyweight out of for about a yard. And we'll just call this pay pile 1, I guess, since it's the first pay pile that we're digging. So say a gram a yard out of pay pile 1. All right, so we're all done running for the day. Before we do our clean out, Travis just took yesterday's clean out, got all classified down to minus quarter inch. I'm gonna take that minus quarter inch, put it in a bottle. That way we know what came from where. You guys didn't get to see me in my awesome frogman outfit, but I do want to verify it kept me dry, except for my face and my boots. So thanks, Mom, much appreciated. All right, pitter patter. I'm gonna see if there's any plus quarter nuggets. That'd be great. So that probably wasn't the best method. It definitely wasn't the easiest. It definitely took a little bit of time, but there you go. There's all the concentrate from 1 yard, a strong yard, out of Kevin's trench, minus the quarter inch material, which there was no nuggets in the quarter inch. So, woo! Still think there's a pennyweight and a half in there. Pennyweight and a half. I mean a pennyweight. We had this piece of miner's moss, what we took out of the high banker, and we actually set it on the ground at the end of the sluice where everything was spilling out. Just for fun, just for curious, just to see if it might catch any small float gold coming out of the end of the bottom sluice. Just want to take a second. Listen to how loud these killer crickets are as soon as we turn the high banker off. Never heard so many loud crickets in my life. John's killer crickets.
I think this is fast forwarding, it'll look really cool. Like your sluice box cleaning monster. Oh, there's a lot of material in there.
Just the gold that came washing down from above the header box after the mats were pulled out. So the stuff that was just sitting behind up top. That's a good sign there, buddy. Ooh, that's some shiny. 1 scoop out of the concentrates. 1 scoop out of the concentrates. Yeah, there might be a little bit of gold here, folks. There might be a little bit of gold. So it's the morning of day 4 here, just getting everything cleaned up, all the equipment packed over there to the loading zone, getting ready to get it up on the four-wheelers and such. Got the material from what we're calling PayPal 1, broke down into this gallon jug. So there's PayPal 1, or PayPal 1. There is Kevin's trench. Now originally we were saying I was going to think a penny weight in this one and a gram in this one, but now I really think we're gonna see a penny weight from that PayPal too. So let's get everything finished cleaning up, loaded up, head home, and over the next couple days we'll get it cleaned up and see what we got. Pitter patter, pitter patter. Gear's all gathered up, camp's all broken down, put together. Let's get it loaded up on the quad and trailer, back up on the hill. So we're back on the homestead now. First step is to take those cons, get them classified down to -20. Travis will take that -20 stuff, or the +20 stuff, and actually pan it down by hand. And then the -20 will run through our cleanup sluice. Got to do that for both sets of cons. So we'll do those separately, see what each one is individually, and then we'll get them all thrown together and see what our total weight is. So here's your -20s from Kevin's trench. Honestly, a little bit disappointing. I think we were blowing a lot of gold out of that box, because there's also only 3 +20 pieces. So that is no bueno. 0.3 of a gram out of a yard. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. This is more what we hope and expect to see out of our clean outs. So really, I think a big part of that was our setup. And I think after we make a couple more adjustments and a couple more fixes, which I'll talk about more of that at the end of the video, I think we'll be covering even more of the fine gold. Gorgeous. There's the gold from approximately 1 yard out of pay pile 1. 0.85. 0.85 for a yard is actually really, really good. So first of all, it was really cool to get back up there after everything burned in the Rum Creek fires last year. It's a whole different monster. It's a whole different, so much more than what we expected up there. Really, really exciting. As we said, everything did burn last year, so we lost the shanty that we had built up there. So make sure you guys watch till after I'm done talking again and see the new lodge that Travis and I have started building. It is absolutely amazing. So that first yard that we ran out of KT, Kevin's Trench, that was no bueno. We were obviously blowing gold out of the sluice box. You could see underneath the riffles. That was not good. So lesson learned. If you go back to a video about 10 months ago, breaking in the hive anchor the right way, I think is something about that's right in the title, you'll see how much gold has actually came out of that trench. It's where I pulled one of our biggest nuggets. I think it was 0.93 grams or something like that. But the second run, after making some adjustments, 0.8 of a gram out of a yard is super impressive. Yeah, so we're really excited to get back up there and get back at it again. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of big things coming in 2023. We are definitely excited. We will be doing group trips eventually, so make sure you guys stay tuned to that or watch on Facebook. We'll talk about that, get everyone out on Purple Parrot to do some fun. But yeah, a lot of big things coming this year. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking along for the adventure. And as always, get that shiny. Well, here it is, the new cabin, at least the start of it up here at Turkey Holler. Got a good chunk done. The fireplace is what's rocking. Isn't that beautiful? Travis did some amazing work getting that all figured out. Finished that wall there. You can clearly see that's our sleeping area. Finished that wall up. That's where the door goes, wall there. Firewood there. All donezo. Nice and toasty. Oh shoot, better not forget Star-Lord.